I think we are live. Sorry, I can't see anybody or any notes, comments or anything, so just bear with me while I get and check. I am in a hotel, by the way, and the reception isn't the greatest. So apologies if I don't see anything. I will come back to it. I'm just checking before I start. Tasha, can you just give me a hands up or something so I can see whether we are live? It says we are, but I can't see a thing. Okay, I think the picture is showing you rather than me. There we go. I think that's working now. Excellent. Okay, good. That makes sense. So I think a couple of people are watching. If you're coming in, can you just drop a hi or who you are, or just say where you're coming in from, so that it's something I'm talking to somebody rather than talking to myself. That's always great. Great. Hi, nice to see you, Mia. Thank you. Excellent. Okay, I'm just going to see if anybody else, I think there's someone else on as well, which is great. Thank you. And while we're doing that, I'm just going to let you know what I've been doing today. So I have been in court this morning and I'm not home, as you can tell right now, but I've also been speaking to another client this afternoon at her particular place of work, where she owns a business that's being renovated. So it's been quite exciting to hear what she's up to. And if you're coming in either on the replay or live, let me know. If you've never seen me before, let me know, because it's really important that anybody who doesn't know me comes along and tells me that they don't know me, so I can understand and explain to you what I do, because that's really what today is about. Okay. So I've been listening to Love Like This. That's where I got the lyrics for Lawyer Like This. You may not know Faith Evans, it doesn't matter. Again, it's just simply for a title for this week. And that was another one that I thought worked out quite nicely. So really what we were doing on Monday was vision casting, ultimately, a bit of coaching, a bit unusual to do it as a live publicly. And hopefully it worked out. A lot of people seem to get a lot from it. So if you're ever wanting to have a bit of that for 2025, as we're in January, do go and take that hour out of your time, sit in a quiet place and yeah, do that. See what happens, what comes up for you in your own life or in legally as well. Okay, so that's a different way of me tackling prevention. What I'm going to talk about today is really who I am. So I think those who are on here probably know who I am. And again, always great to hear from you, speak to you, and share experiences with you. But for those who are coming on as well, who don't know me in time, I want to just give you a summary of what I do. This won't last probably more than 15, 20 minutes, unless anyone comes in and has some Q&As. If there is anything that comes up later on, or you come and see this live later on, do make sure that you pop your questions and answers in the chat, and I can probably answer them within that as well. Okay. So in terms of today, who am I? I'm Cynthia McFarlane, if you don't know me, if it's the first time on my page. And what I'm doing is really someone empowering non-lawyers. That's what I do, ultimately. Doesn't matter whether you're a horse owner, whether you're a business owner, whether you're a private individual. Ultimately, my work, in whichever way it comes, is empowering people to do something in law, okay? In terms of their legal disputes. That's what I love doing, and that's what they get from me in terms of the work I do. So how do I do that? I am a barrister, so that's the person typically on television you see wear a white wig in court and a black gown. I don't always wear a white wig and black gown, by the way, but that's what you can associate that with, perhaps. An attorney, people say, if they're outside of the UK. And I have been doing that trial lawyering for about 20 years. I'm also a mediator, and I've been doing that over 10 years, I think 10 to 12 years now. And that is really facilitating, helping people resolve their legal disputes outside court so that they don't get to that stage or that they minimize their costs. So that's kind of something that I do. And I help people in the capacity as a barrister doing that as well. But I also mediate and assist people, the parties doing that. So I'm going to just summarize it because I appreciate the time. I also appreciate that it can be quite complicated for some people who've never experienced this before. And it's just really dipping in and explaining to you what I do. Okay, so I'm going to check back to the comments now and again, just to see if anyone has any questions. But really, the other part of my work is legal coaching. So I've created a situation where I deal with business owners, individuals in terms of coaching as well, alongside the other two areas. And the reason I do that is because I feel that there needs to be a 360-degree process that I helped people do that didn't exist. I saw a gap in that space and it benefits a lot of my clients. So that's another aspect of my work. It helps me with non-lawyers who go to court for people to assist them, but also people who appear at court on their own, unrepresented. So all of that is me empowering non-lawyers to improve their position and basically secure what I call their legacy, what they may call their house, their business, their money, their personal lives, whatever way you look at it. So they have something left at the end of it. So hopefully that helps you. I just realized other people might know me as a Mr. Mediator when I'm a mediator, or the horse lawyer when I deal with horse disputes. But all of these ultimately, as far as I see, empower people when they work with me. The benefit of having me, perhaps, may be that I have three people in one, you might say. And there has to be a situation where you look at things slightly differently. But ultimately, there's one of me, and you're not going to separate me into pieces. You get that when you come to me. So that's what I love about behaving differently. And that's why I say I'm a lawyer like this, because, you know, people may think they've never had that experience with a lawyer. I also wanted just to share something that I shared a few days ago. I think it was actually last week, where I'm getting a lot of initial consultations, but also I've worked with people for years, or, you know, over a period of months. Some clients yesterday were on the call who've known me for years. Some have known me within the last year or two. And some people are discovering me as well, and, you know, may drop a message or people may recommend, and that's been lovely to hear. But what I'm also hearing personally when I see clients or people who want to work with me longer term is that they share information. I'm not going through the confidential information, of course, but what I am really, really concerned about is something I said about a week ago, and that is people spending a lot of money and not getting the one thing that they might need. I'm not going to share what that is for you right now, of course, and for you, each person, it may well be different, of course, but I'm going to just take that big example because it's a really important example. Not everybody has £500,000, I get that. Not everybody has £3.5 million. But I have had clients in my initial consultations who've told me they spent that sort of money and they haven't heard until that initial consultation with me the one thing they needed to hear. And I've said that infuriates me. And I've also said that if I had heard that, I would have been sick, probably, you know, would have definitely felt sick if I wasn't physically sick, because the one thing I gave them in that initial consultation was one thing they needed, but none of the, and I'm not disrespecting people who are qualified, of course, in the same way that I am, but some of these people were big city lawyers and they hadn't received that. So I say that as a big extreme, but we all know that legal costs, I'm not going to pretend it's a small amount of money. It can be. And of course, there are ways around that. And if you want to know how, I can explain the ways about avoiding that. But ultimately, we are in a position where I'm getting quite a few people come to me and I'm being shocked by what I've heard. So I say that, yes, a bit to scare you into thinking and not just kind of brushing it away under the carpet, but getting on top of certain things in a nice way and an accessible way so that you can see what options you have. If you want to proceed, of course, to court, fine, but you need to have the right information to do that. And just make sure, and I put a post out about this probably a few months ago now, just make sure you are talking to people who are experienced in a particular situation and not someone who may be famous. A lot of people on Facebook, and this is no disrespect to people in this community, but if you're on here long enough, you do see that there are the same people that people may join, and they may be good at what they do. They may be coaches, for example. There's a lot of coaches on here and may be great at what they do. Or people may just think, oh, I'm going to this coach because so-and-so person goes there and they must be the best. Are they the best at what you know, what you need at that time? That's what I'm worried about, and that's what I'm concerned about. So please make sure that you are making an informed decision about whatever it is that you're trying to achieve. Okay. So that's my big rant, I guess, done hopefully in a nice enough way for you to get the message. And as I say, this isn't a long live. I loved doing the one on Monday because there were a lot of people and it was interacting, and I could see what they were thinking about, and they had their own visions, and everybody has the same ideas about what they want to do in 2025 or what they want to do in their own lives. Okay. But just make sure that you're switched on to certain people, and make sure that people have your interests, in mind when they're working with you. That's it. That's all I'm saying. The other thing I want to say, and I am closing this down very, very quickly, mainly because I haven't eaten for most of today. And I'm just about to have my lunch at 8:30 p.m. maybe. But I wanted to let you know about the Business Owners Legal Society. Okay, so that's the Business Owners Legal Society that I have set up, and it's for business owners, like the lady that I was seeing this afternoon. And it's something where we are talking about all the three areas that I deal with. So a 360-degree legal process, doesn't matter what walk of life, as far as businesses you're in. So my horse clients would be in there. My non-horse clients would be in there as well. And it's really making sure that you're legally empowered throughout, for business and personal, because it all has an effect. Ultimately, it all is related to your personal life and how you move forward. Okay. So the Business Owners Legal Society is £800 per calendar month for 12 months. And so some people want to work with me that way, and it's exciting to hear that. Others also want to work on a more private level, one-to-one. And I get it. I get that some people want to work that way because legal issues can be difficult to say publicly. There are ways around doing that, so people in the group, so that people can't hear everything about your case, of course. But if you want to work privately, now it's an application only basis, and that is at a higher level so that you have that contact more freely. I won't spend every second now going through what you get within that group. If you want to check it out, there are posts on this feed which will let you know a little bit more about it. There will be some legal experts that are needed for various things, or financial experts or business experts as we go along, depending on what type of need there is in the community. And it would be meeting twice a month for the group membership. And then, of course, if you have the private access, in any case, you have that opportunity to speak to me one-to-one as well. That's all I'm going to say now. I know there's some messages from people saying that they're going to watch this a little bit later. That's fine. Of course, always welcome. As I say, come back to this if you are somebody who may have some questions, or if you want to DM me because you don't want to put those questions in this feed. I get that as well. Okay, so if you want to reach out to me, we can do it that way. And Tasha has just put in the comments, DM or app. So DM, direct message, would mean that if you've got any issue or questions around the group membership, type DM in the feed and I will DM you, or Tasha will DM you, one of the team will get back to you. And if you have a question or you want to see what the application's like, then just put app or application and we will make sure you get a copy of that link. Thank you so much. And thank you for those who are on here for coming and meaning that I'm not talking on my own, because I appreciate everyone's got busy lives and I look forward to seeing you all very soon. Okay. Don't forget, by the way, the third one is on Friday and we're just about to release what that title will be as well. So we'll let you know here. All right. Thank you. Bye.